Hi, this is Rakesh. I'm a co-founder at Decode. Ironman journey was one journey which has taught me a lot. Because of Ironman, I got into biohacking and longevity, and I think it was a starting point for me that I started Decode. So during my journey of Ironman, I came across a person called Ben Greenfield. He's a biohacker himself, and he used to do a lot of Ironman races. I think he has done 17 Ironman races. So during my journey, I started following him, and I started doing a lot of biohacking, looking at what he was doing to improve my performance and to extract the maximum human potential. So initially my idea was just to learn few things so I can improve my performance in swimming, cycling and running that are part of an Ironman race. And during my journey, when I started adopting all these things, I realized that it is not only about performing better, but it was also improving my health in a certain way. And I think the way I used to look at health and think about health completely changed during my journey. And I realized that the way we look at health is completely going to change in the future. That's when that was an initial starting point. This was I think 2017-18, and I thought that biohacking, longevity, these concepts were never been talked about or never been thought about in India that time. So, and I started, it was very interesting. I started reading a lot about it. I started experimenting a lot on myself, and I started doing a lot of things on myself, and I saw drastic change in my overall performance and in my health. So yes, Ironman journey has been a great learning experience for me. It taught me discipline. It taught me how do you do which you can even envision of doing something. It taught me perseverance, that because at the end of the day, a mental game, it is not a physical game. Because after a while your body is all gone, it is just mental push. And you need to keep yourself going, that one more kilometer, and that's how you complete your race at the end of the whole journey. And I think whatever I am today as a person, as a human being, is all because of those intense years that I had, where I trained very odd hours. We used to wake up at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and work out for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. And that teaches you a lot of things. Not only it improves your fitness, that is just one small part of it, but then it makes you a very disciplined and a very organized person. Yeah, I feel if I knew what I knew today, I think my life would have been very different back then, maybe when I was 23, 25. But I think it was also about having more fun, because you're young and you're alone. So, but then I think the things that I would have changed, what I know today after knowing today, is I would have eaten better. I think my nutrition is one of the key elements that I feel I was really missing during that time of my life. I was always a very physically active person, so I think physical exercise or exercise was never a problem for me. But then I think right nutrition is so much more important. I think I would have also reduced my alcohol intake. Excessive alcohol is never good for you. So, definitely I would have cut down big time on my alcohol intake. And I think small little things that I do, taking sunlight in the morning, grounding, being very active during the whole day. These all things I would have adopted knowing what I know today. I think modern life is because you wake up in the morning, and if you grab your phone first thing in the morning, which you should not do, to be very frank, and you're bombarded with so much data, I think that is a very biggest problem of this modern world, that our brains have been stuffed with so many things, so much data all day long, and we are not able to process so much during the day, and that's why you will feel people stressed out, brain fogged, and not really performing the way they should. I think modern world is all about a lot of stressful activities during the day. I think that's where biohacking comes in, where if you're meditating, if you're doing good breath works, it will really help you calm down, relax, have a good mindset, no brain fog at all. And also adding good supplements that could really help you to perform better and make you more active as a person. Yeah, definitely. I think modern world is a world where a lot of things are not going the way we plan to do. World is moving very, very fast. The things are changing very, very fast. I think with AI, the things are even moving faster. As a human being, you need to perform better. You have to run. Otherwise the world will move much more ahead. Today, it has become much more important to adopt so many things in your life. That's why a concept of longevity, a concept of biohacking is more important today, because we don't live a life that we used to see, 25, 30 years, which were much more relaxed comparatively. So yeah, that's why you need to adopt and do so many things. I do believe in a lot of good things that traditionally used to happen, but the world has changed a lot and we need to adopt ourselves accordingly. For me, it is all about performing, to your optimum level all your life. Even though if you're 50, 60, 70, if you're able to perform, if you're able to do the things that you want to do, I think then you're prolonging or you're delaying aging. I think with the kind of technologies and with the kind of treatments and with the kind of things available today in the market, aging has become a choice. Now, when I say it has become a choice, it is an optional. If you really want to optimize on your health and your aging, you can actually do so. But then there is a lot of things that you need to do day and night to make that thing happen. It cannot be happen just with a magic pill. It is a lot of things that you need to do day and night. It has to be a lifestyle. So if you adopt a lifestyle and if you come in that mindset, then definitely aging up to a certain extent can be controlled and you can live optimally, live your best, live disease-free, and keep doing the things that you always want to do all your life. Definitely it is possible today. I think the biggest lie is that, I think so. A lot of people think that death is certain. It is going to come someday. But there is a concept that is going on in the aging community. It is a cycle that we are getting into that says that if you are able to live one more year, and if there are technologies that are available that can take you back one more year, so eventually if you're aging 1 year and if you're taking back one more year, you're still there. Is it possible that we enter into a cycle where you're actually aging but also going backward? So this is something which longevity wants to make happen. The world is working on it. But for now, I think people have started talking about that I want to live up to 150 years, 180 years, which has never happened before in a human life. But at least people have started talking about it. And I believe when you start talking about it, you start developing things or you start doing things which will make it possible. There is no lie as such in aging. It's all about your perception and how you want to live your life and how do you want to take things forward, and I think with the concept of longevity, actually, it's not about rushing. It's actually about slowing down. Just imagine if I tell you today that you can live 150 years for sure, then maybe you're that rush that you have in life, that I need to have this by this age and I need to do this by this age. Maybe it will slow down, right? 150 years is something that you're going to live. So your midlife would be what at the age of 75. So you are still so many things you can do in life. You can have multiple careers. You can have multiple things. And the whole perspective and the thought process changes when you think it in that way. Yeah, it's a very interesting world that we are in today, and it's very exciting to be this century that we are living into. And I think many interesting things are happening around the world, and we're just about to see the real initial technologies into it. I think it's not only about Indians, but if you see at the world, the kind of nutrition and the kind of atmosphere and the kind of pollution, the kind of microplastics, the kind of environment that we have got into, it has become very, very difficult for a human body to adopt, and that is making actually creating a lot of problems in a human body and making us aging faster. So when I talk about optimizing your life, you need to also think about holistically about how do we take care of all these things, because you have to live in this world, right? And escaping from these things is actually next to impossible. So then now if you want to live with such things, then what are the things that you can do around you so that you are able to at least manage, control, detoxify, and live a life where you can stay away from all this, or maybe take it out from your body, all this. So these are very interesting things that we need to do. So I will give you a very interesting analogy. I do a detox Monday. So Monday is all about detoxing for me. What my Monday, a typical day would look like is like I would wake up in the morning. I will have a glass of black charcoal, which is a black drink, a black activated charcoal, which help you cleanse a lot of things from your body. That day I will do a coffee enema. So I make a coffee, organic coffee, and I do an enema with it. I will follow it up with having a niacin supplement. We do a intense long infrared sauna bath, and then I would end it with cold bath, and then I won't eat. I do a fast for 24 hours that day, so I don't eat anything for the whole day. And these are small practices that you can do week to week. So you detoxify a lot of things. You push a lot of things out of your body when you do all this. Many people like to go on a retreat for 5 days and detoxify themselves once a year or maybe once in 2 years. But I think it is about doing it on a day-to-day basis. So that's why following a weekly routine will definitely help you detoxify a lot of things from your body, a lot of microplastics, a lot of other things that you put in your body. A lot of cleansing happened during that Monday for me. So yeah, this is one great thing that you can adopt and do to optimize your health. I would give you a very good analogy behind this. I call it a beautiful state of mind. When I started adopting all these things, I started with one thing, then I really liked it. I saw improvements, and then I added one more thing, then I added one more thing. It was not an overnight thing. It took me 5-7 years to reach where I am today. So firstly, no need to hurry into anything. It takes time. But once you start adopting and start seeing the result, you feel so good from inside. You really want to adopt and do more and more things. So I've been doing it since so many years now, and I feel when I do my morning 4.5 hour routine every day and I'm ready to go to the office, the mindset and the mind and my body energy and that I come into it, I call it a beautiful state of mind. That is an inclination for me to start something like Decode or to impart my knowledge to everyone is how do you reach that beautiful state of mind? Because believe me, once you reach there, it is so amazing, it is so beautiful that you want to experience it on everyday basis, and that would be a motivation to wake every morning and do the kind of stuff that I do on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, it is all about reaching that state of mind. During my first race in UK, I reached UK. It was my first Ironman race. So I was very nervous, and the weather was very, very cold. I need to swim in the sea, and the sea water was also very, very cold. So we wear a wetsuit and swim. And that day, first Ironman race on the river, on the seabed, it was very windy and the waves were very, very high. It was a strong wind that day. So I can never forget that day. I got into water and the water was like going above my head and my water, and I drank a lot of salt water that day. But then that is a thing, right? I completed that swim. I came out of the water, and I think this was 2017, and I still remember it like it happened yesterday. And such memories are created, and such mindsets are been done when you attempt to do such thing in such races, and such fiascos always happen, right? So yeah, I mean, many other fun moments. I already told about that. I used to cycle for 90 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 120 kilometers at a stretch, and many times, there was a time my bike got punctured. So you repair your tire on the go. You would learn to repair a puncture on the road all by yourself. That is a skill also you need to learn when you're training for an Ironman race, right? Yeah, on the highway you are repairing a bike, getting the puncture corrected, and then completing those designated 90-100 kilometers. So yeah, such memories do happen when you train for such intense races. I think I had my time. I did endurance races for quite a bit time, and I think one of the most important thing that I learned was perseverance. How do you keep going even if you don't want to? And I think that applies to everything in your life. A lot of times you face a lot of issues in your personal life, in your business life. Sometimes business gets very tough. But then that mindset that you need to keep going, one step at a time, 1 kilometer at a time, that is a kind of mindset you get into. So it really helps you deal with a lot of day-to-day problems that you get in your life. So, definitely it helps. And what I've realized is that, doing such endurance races for a very long time is actually not good for your health. Being fit is fine. Being healthy is good. But then such endurance races really takes a toll on your body. That is the reason that I've cut back on those endurance races. I'm still very active. I work out every day. I love doing all these swimming, running and cycling activities. I still do all of them. But then I've cut back on such endurance things and 4, 5, 6 long hours training. I feel in a long term it is not good for you. I think such competitions are great. I've seen a lot of my friends, a lot of my peers, when they participate in such races, they really get motivated and they start doing workouts, start training for it. When you start doing all this, you actually try to, at the end of the day, you also improve your health, because when you're working so much, you come back home, you don't feel like eating anything, right? You will take care of your food, you will take care of your supplements, you will take care of your protein intake. All this thing happens when you start training for such events. I think such events are great if you really are lacking motivation, and if you're really lacking, that you're not able to do, even if you really want to do things. So, it's a great starting point, and you can, maybe register yourself and attempt such a race. It will definitely improve your life. I think start small. People see all this longevity, biohacking journeys of people online, and then they get, this is too much for me. I cannot do so many things. This is not for me. So it is not about adopting all these things together. Start small. Start doing 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things that you really like. Enjoy the benefits for a few months. And then if you feel like adding more, then add. Even if you're doing those 3, 4, 5 things, that is also great enough. It will definitely help you improve your health. And you won't even realize down the year, 3, 4, 5 years, if you're consistent with doing it, you will see a lot of benefits, a lot of habits, it will become part of your life eventually. So yeah, start small and keep doing it.